Good evening, chat, and welcome to another holiday special of Rokk Players with me, your host, Hollywood Hoults. It's good to see you guys. I hope you've all been having a lovely holiday with yourself, friends, family, loved ones, all that stuff. And I hope you got all the gifts and all the love and all them special things of the holiday because I know me, I know I did. I had a great time with the family, my mum and dad and my twin, and I got into a little bit of deception with the family dogs. My brother's like, "Don't feed the dogs pig ears," but me, I done it anyway because it's the holidays. So I thought, why not just stop the sharing with us? Let's just give it to our little fairy friends as well. So I hope I'm actually live. Can anyone in chat sit there and say hello? And I know I actually see Sanchez in, and he goes Hoults, and Riva go, "Hey, did you all have a good holidays? Did any of you buy any new games or tech? Should I say? Was you all good this year? Because what a year! I know. Our good friend Rock P put the title when he said vintage. Was 2003 a vintage year? And to me, I'm like, was it more of a high quality, high quality year? And for me, we will break this down in this video, and I'm sure we covered it a little last week. Which thank you for you guys for tuning in last week. It was really a great stream. I really had a great time. Reva says he got some Lego set. Oh, which Lego set did you actually get? I love Lego sets. I can't do them. I'm always jealous of people like you that do these Lego sets, um, because I'm the guy that finishes it and I'm missing pieces. I've got loads of pieces on the table. I've got actually a good story. Why my friend years ago he was building the same Star Destroyer from Star Trek, not Star Trek, Star Wars, and he took ages to do it in Lego pieces. And he actually said to his new girlfriend, "Watch me spaceship," for example. And as she turned round, she hit the table, and this Lego spaceship just went into orbit and just fell and shattered into loads of blocks. And I remember sitting there going, "Oh, the poor sod's just spent all that time." And yeah, it's been destroyed. So then you won't have that story, Reva. Small sets. Yeah, you know what I mean? My niece, it's what much did you get? A couple of Star Wars and Batman. Oh, two great categories. My niece just got a Lego set. She got Dobby from Harry Potter. She's just finished that and she's over the moon. And it's always good to give people Lego sets, especially like space rovers and all that kind of stuff. So I assume you do actually like Star Wars and Batman because you wouldn't get it anyway, would you? What do we get? I got a drone and I'm using it to peep through windows. That's right. Ray, whatever tickles your fancy, mate. Whatever tickles your fancy. Just don't come over my window. You know what I mean? I'll give you like a little. Ugh! There's Hoults going live, and there's I'll look out their window, and there's a drone. I always like the idea of drones, but for like all that cinematics and shots and lovely scenery and stuff like that. But I just feel I couldn't trust myself putting something in the air at such a cost because I know I'll be so accident prone. I actually will destroy it really fast, really fast. But yeah, it's good to see. Is it a big drone, right, or is it a little drone? I guess it's not the size; it's how you use it, isn't it? Really. Good. We can see Good Rock in here. He says, "Hello, Ray. Hope Rock. Hope you're all doing fine. Hope you had a great day in Christmas. Any games that you've been playing?" Me for the Christmas holidays, I got the same. What every man needs: pajamas, socks, smellies. That's what I got. I should actually treat myself in the sales, should I say? I know we mentioned loads of games that was on sale last week, so I shall treat myself there. Doo-doo-doo. So Ray's just laughing. Yeah, it's only a joke. We know you're using the drone professionally. Professionally. I love watching videos on YouTube of people with drones just going around to places or going to industrial sites and actually watching the development of these buildings. I just love the idea. That's all in permit and all that's good to do. Good to do. I would love to sit there and have like a virtual reality headset where I can just sit there and take the look at the drone and have like the full immersion, should I say? I think that would be cool. But I think if people if they saw me standing on a street corner, like, what the hell's he doing there with the frigging helmet on, flying the drone? So Rock said he completed Avatar. That is one game that I actually really happy that you said you completed it. So that must have been a good game for you because I was a bit skeptical about playing Avatar. There's always something about it that always puts me off. Maybe because I've played past Avatar games or I've played Far Cry games, and I usually get fatigued by it. But it's actually good to see that you really enjoyed being on Pandora as the Navi and really finished it. It's always important. It's always important to finish a game, and then someone says, "Yeah, it was actually a great street." So, with your recommendation, I might actually just go and check on it in a little minute and actually see if I should get it because I love Avatar. I love the first two movies. I did play past games. Some of them were hit and misses, and that is why I sort of was treading lightly on this game. But it's good to see that we've all got recommendations. Recommendations. Me, gaming wise, I was just still doing exactly the same what I was doing last week. I was playing Persona 5, which it's a very dark game. It's getting very dark, should I say? And I'm just actually chipping off 2 hours here, there to actually finish it because the game's about like 80 to 100 hours, and I'm like 50 through. So I actually want to finish it. It's one of them things where I'm actually definitely going to grind to finish it. And then by that time, I could have played multiple games that like Avatar, should I say? I mean, Rock, how long did it take you to finish Avatar? Are you the type of person? Are you the completionist? Do you actually, or do you just focus on the story? Should I say the story? But it looks like 60 hours. Really enjoyed it. So that's really good. Start to finish 60 hours is. I can do that in an RPG game. So if I really love the idea of Avatar, then yeah, I can see myself doing it. But yeah, it's always good to see. Always good. Did you ever play Far Cry games in the past? Do you actually like all that first person approach, scouring the map, raiding, doing all these little things? Because to me, I don't do side quests. I've told the story before on loads of podcasts. Since the Witcher 3 broke me on side quests because it was so good, I just realised I haven't got 260 hours to play games. So I'm always now just literally focusing on main story. And then sometimes side quests can be really boring because they're only fetch quests, and that really grinds my gears. It's got to be a very um, interesting side quest to actually get me moving, should I say. And it has to reward me with great gear. If it doesn't, just gives me something crap. It really disheartens me to actually play more side quests going forward. Yeah, Far Cry Prime. That's what I was actually thinking about. The caveman one. I assume with the Navi, they walk around with sticks and other different types of tools. But I know they can actually use machine guns, but I don't think that's their native way to fight. So that's what I was thinking when I actually heard Far Cry, Avatar being like Far Cry. I mean, I love a bit of Ubisoft. The first game this year I'm going to be looking at is the Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. Once again, I'm in two minds of that. I really love it. I really love Prince of Persia, and I really love like 2D, 2.5, like Metrovania style games. So it should really interest me. But I'm a bit worried about the parrying and dodge system because I'm not very good at a parry. I can't do quick time parries, and I feel like that if there's unblockable attack or like a parry attack, I think I'll just lose my health too much. So I would like to play the game if it's more like it lets Hoults have like an easier mode. I know there's a lot of elitists out there and great, and I know they're gonna have a great time. But to me, I'm like, I just want to play a Ubisoft game that was like Rayman Legends 2.5. I just jump around the place, I find some hidden stuff, I have a laugh. And that's why I want with Prince of Persia. As long as I don't get hit too much and my health bar goes instantly dead. So I'm gonna actually see first what people actually say. I mean, Reeve has just said he likes Prince of Persia. Amazing series, yeah. I mean, Santa Time, that was amazing. I think that's what I wanted to go back to. I wanted to recapture that magic of being relevant. Because I feel like Prince of Persia's back in the day, 2000s, not the start 2000s, were very, it was a very heightened game, wasn't it? Top of the list. But I think over the years, it's just Prince of Persia is just sort of washed away, should I say, not wished away. And Maker says, "Yo, Hoults, good to see you, Maker. Good to see you. Are you interested in playing the Prince of Persia? I know you like games that also have like parry mechanics, dodge mechanics, and action in the way you fight and explore. So I wondered if you like that game. I mean, the only person I've heard mention that she likes Prince of Persia and she's looking forward to this game is Purple Haze, and she's looking forward to it. And that is one person that I can actually trust a review from. So, yeah, all you guys, I can trust your reviews. So I hope it look. I feel like it looks like a solid game as well, Maker. But there's a difference between looking and actually, delivers, should I say? And it looks meaty. Looks like 20, 30 hours easy. And you know what? With Metrovania games, you sort of like, you got like replayability and you got new little parts of the map to explore, and you go up, down, left, right. And I like that kind of game. But I just don't want to get too. I'm getting too old in games. I just don't want to get punished too much. Don't want to get too much punished on the likes of these mechanics, should I say. That's why I always take a more easy approach. I like more of an easy approach in my RPGs or my action games where I can just tinker the way I want to tinker. So yeah, good old Steam Labs. Yeah, feel free to put comments about anything 2023 or anything 2004 you're looking for. The highs and lows of 2023. Or I've got some points. I know that I spoke about it last week. If you didn't see that, I can cover the games that were sort of, because there were some epic games out there last year that were reviewed very, very well. Do people in chat actually care about review scores these days? Like, does it matter? Like, I know people saying, "Oh, I need to see 90 plus for it to be an epic game," but do people have different mindsets? Like, would you play a game that was rated, I don't know, 7 out of 10, 70%? I know each gamer has different tastes. I'm just curious if chat actually feels like they just go, "Okay, I can play a game," and then that changes the perspective of what made 2023 great. I mean, me personally, I can play a game at 70 as long as it was like my type of game. I could easily play a average game. So, well, I wouldn't say average game because seven's quite high. Five's average, isn't it? So let's have a look. Good evening, Primo. Hope you had a good holiday. Good to see you. They matter somewhat to me, but I go for more gameplay, and if it seems like a game that I would like, yeah, that's the approach I would like to say. I know we're all different in the gaming space, and I feel like if it was just my type of feel of a game, I could actually do not care about review scores. I probably wouldn't write a review score, but I would actually just happily ignore it and then just do what I do and then speak between the community and give recommendations or suggestions, should I say? I know that 2023 was a great year for me because I was spending on games that really mattered. So it was more like the franchise and the characters that I really liked. I didn't look at review scores and go, okay, I needed that game. And maybe that's why, sadly, a lot of games went under my radar compared to you guys. And like last week, it was just very interesting to see that some of us had similar interests in games, and some of us were just totally different. So I guess our expectations of 2023 was different. But overall, I like to believe that 2023 was a really amazing year in a lot of factors because it sold well. A lot of things sold well. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of games from 2023 are going to get sequels or extended franchises, spin off stuff like that. DLC. So Primo says, I'm reasonably new to gaming, so I'll try anything, but I slowly finding out what games I like and which I don't. Yeah, I totally agree. No, totally agree. So you just got into gaming what the last few years? Me, I got into gaming very early, very early, probably four from the arcade days. So all these franchises I know, literally, a lot of times when I buy a game, it does play a nostalgia factor. So I know next year Tekken 8 is coming out, and I know I played Tekken in the arcade. So that's where I bring my sort of spending, renting, sharing approach. But good to see that you found gaming in 2020. I love gaming as a hobby. A few hours here per week. I think that's very healthy, relaxing. I know a lot of people sit there and talk bad about gaming, and it can easily become an obsession or an addiction, and I can see why people can slander the name of gaming. But I feel like if you keep it healthy and you keep it fun, enjoyable, it's just like any hobby, isn't like sports or reading a book and stuff like that. I think gaming is a good way to chill. Definitely a good way to chill. I mean, and that's the way I want to go. I want to go forward in 2024. I've already got some games pre-ordered that I'll talk about in a minute, but I just want to take more of a nice, relaxing pace, just like I was doing in 2023. I feel like the games came, I consumed, I enjoyed, I relaxed, I had fun with what I'm doing. I wasn't. It's a shame that I've seen on a lot of people on X and social media they were bashing it. It was actually quite funny. I was actually laughing over the Christmas holidays because some people were showing me Instagram and TikTok of people unboxing Christmas gifts and went, "Oh my god, well, what can it be? What can it be?" And then going, "A PlayStation 5. I don't want it." Blah blah. PlayStation 5, and the kid's about 8, and then you see people, lovers and partners giving consoles on, and they're like, "I wanted an Xbox. I wanted a PC," and I thought to myself, "Oh my god, that's not the spirit of giving, is it?" I know if I was a kid and I went to my mum, "I don't want a PlayStation. I've got a clip round the ears." But I thought it was all fun in the social space. So we've seen people that they got, Lego, drones. Did anyone get a new console this year? Handheld, VR. I know my good friend Mr. Urbanworld, he just got VR. He's got the PlayStation VR 2. And now he's giving his approach on games from 2023 from the Sony side of the virtual reality headset. So he's just played the horror game Switchback, which was a game that I was going to try, but just totally forgot about it. So now it's actually good to hear his excitement for the tech and the game. And yeah, so now I'm actually curious. Now I'm actually curious to see if it'll be something that I like. Sanchez got the Quest 3. I was looking at the Quest 3 because, thanks to Mr. World, he's just been talking about like the grams, the weight, what he actually uses it for, and he loves the idea of quests. And I was actually going to try to get one, but I just don't know. I've got the PSVR 2 there, and I just want to focus on games, game features. And with the Quest 3, I love the idea, and why not get the newest one? But to me, I'm like, maybe I can actually sit back and wait for reviews. Asgard Wrath 2 has sucked me in lately. Oh, I would have to look at that. I mean, I've got a few games on a list that I've actually put down for PlayStation VR. So why we're actually talking about VR, I'll just read this little list out here that I've actually added to what I actually want to see in 2024 for VR. There's one that I really like the idea of. It's called Level Up Your Body. Looks more like Beat Saber, but it's supposed to be a full body workout. And I like the idea of putting a virtual reality headset and doing a workout and just getting all, hot and sweaty, burning calories, and why enjoying a game. Do you think I'm just getting tricked by the market and it won't actually work and I should just actually take the VR headset and just actually go to the gym? There was one Sanchez called Underdogs, and it's like a gangster mech. It's like you go in the underworld, and you sort of customize a mech with like chainsaws and other weapons, and you just go round brawling with other mechs from gangsters. Thought to myself, that would be actually cool. Just walking around, smashing the hell out of mechs. Another one that I really liked, and I know it was Soul Covenant. It's set in Japan, post-apocalyptic world where AI and robots have sort of um, took over and humanity, and it's coming from like an emotional story point of view of people, how the end of the world actually happened. So I like the idea. I like the idea of that. And another one called Pirate Queen. That's set in the 19th century, and I thought to myself, I would love to see what China looked like in that kind of aesthetic. Because I know I love when I put the PSVR 2 on, I actually played Mirage. And I really enjoyed it. I really love just getting my paddles out and just slowly doing this and just looking round. Oh, there's an orca, there's a mountain, just relaxing. And I thought that was a great relaxing experience. Someone was like, I wonder what it'd be like if I was a pirate in VR. The best VR RPG at Asgard's Wrath. I have to try it out. I've got a PSVR 2, and I'm looking for the Quest 3, but I don't really know quite a lot. It's only something that I've seen on the trailers that I thought to myself, I'd really play that game. Like I wanted that Ghostbusters game. I think the idea of playing with 4 friends as a Ghostbuster in VR would be absolutely amazing. Would be actually amazing. As the people in chat that actually like playing VR games, do you play it solo or do you actually play it with friends? Does friends actually heighten the experience in the VR landscape, should I say? I mean, I know VR is not just more about it's more social, isn't it? So I can imagine people would want to play more with friends. I mean, I'm happy in 2023 the PlayStation VR 2 and the Quest 3 came out. I think I can definitely see the gaming market expand and the need for VRs, the need for VR, should I say? It's just a new way to play, isn't it? I know it's been around here for years and it's getting better and better. And we're all going to that idea of Ready Player One. That'll be the dream, the end goal. But in 2023, I did actually dip my toe in the VR space, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll invest loads of money into this experience, but it was definitely something at the time it came out. I thought to myself, yes, this is a perfect time to try something new. I remember actually playing Gran Turismo 7 and just being blown away by it. I go, wow, this is amazing. But the problem is I've found a disconnect because when you hit a wall or stuff like that, yes, if you've got a steering wheel, you can feel feedback. But apart from anything else, your seat doesn't wobble, you don't feel the breeze, you can't hear the noise. So I feel like sometimes it does throw you out. And that is why I don't want to play certain games because I don't want to go, wow, I've just paid this money. And then I feel like that I'm not there. Not there. But it looks like we've covered 2023 last week then. So that was just sort of just a quick little banter about 2023 and then on the holidays. So is anyone got any pre-orders or anything they're looking forward in 2024? I know me. I just mentioned Prince of Persia. That's the first game I'm definitely going to consider going forward. But I quickly mentioned this last week that the game I am looking forward to, the games I'm looking forward is Persona 3. I'll be definitely playing this game. Hopefully, if I finish Persona 5 uh, for a long time. I know it's going to probably take me a whole year to actually finish it, but I'm actually a big, huge Persona gamer. So I feel like Prince of Persia, then Persona 3, and I feel like that's going to be a good start in January. And I'd also mention because of nostalgia, I'm going to actually buy Tekken 8. I'm not really a fighting game type of person, but I know a lot of fighters in the community and they are actually raving about the idea of Tekken 8. So I feel like this is going to be a perfect time to get with friends online and actually play some fighting games. I know in 2023, there was Street Fighter 6 and that won accolade in the game of the year, and also Mortal Kombat 1 came out, which were all great experiences, all a great experience. But I feel now it's time to move on to something new before until sorry, there's actually some DLC experiences in the fighting genre. So I feel like I've already done that. I can sit back on my hands for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 6, enjoy Tekken, and then over the years I can just yo-yo. Because with these fighting games, once you bought them once, they're not going anywhere for another I'd say 4 years. 4 years. But then speaking about RPGs, that is why I'm actually going to buy Persona, because I love just sitting and taking an easy approach in like a turn-based RPG. And speaking of turn-based, I know I was mentioning the other day Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is definitely a game that I am so looking forward to. Isn't it? Any Yakuza fans in chat? I mean, I just love the idea of like gangsters. I know like people don't see the Yakuzas. The idea like a gangster, like you would see like something out of Godfather, like the Italian background, but that's what it is. The gangsters' jobs. And I just love seeing what the underworld looks like, especially in the settings like Japan. That is what I feel like I'm going to put the most hours in, especially in January. I just love the idea of uh, going to. I know this isn't. It's not just in Japan. It's Japanese characters, but they're going to Hawaii. So because I've really enjoyed these franchises in the past, this is one thing that once I seen the announcements, I just threw my money. I know a lot of people out there will sit there and go, "Oh, don't throw your money until you see reviews." But this is like I was just saying before, reviews don't bother me one bit, and I feel like if you've got nostalgia or trust in a developer, then you can definitely throw money at a game before it comes out. And I feel like that's what I was doing in 2023. I think because there was so many big names in the gaming space and the development space, uh, I just trusted all these developers like Insomniac. So Insomniac meets Spider-Man, I knew straight away it was going to be winning formula, a winning formula, and that is why I bought it, finished it, consumed it. Doo-doo-doo. So moving on, there doesn't look like there's any Yakuza or Persona fans. And I know. Thanks Seven for mentioning Asgard's Wrath 2. Oh no, Sanchez, like Yakuza Gaiden is on my rotation. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? When you've got a game that you're really enjoying, but it's on rotation. I think it's but at least you're chipping through it. At least you're chipping through it. That's the good thing. And Gaiden is a more smaller Yakuza game compared to other ones, so I feel like you can actually enjoy it. The story of Kiryu, and I think that protagonist is going to be in like a Dragon Infinite Wealth with Ichiban. So if you feel like that you like this character and you've liked them in the past, then definitely go forward and check like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, because I can see this game being very popular in loads of fan spaces. Miss Phoenix says, "Evening, everyone. A bit late this week. Ray has been flying his drone over my house." See, that's exactly it. Boys with the toys. He's sitting there, and you don't know. You're going to hear this. He's probably got it in flight mode. But yeah, good to see you, Miss Phoenix. I don't think Ray's still in chat. He's mentioned it. And oh no, Ray still is in chat. I thought he was going to be sitting there with his drone. Good joke. Made me actually. Sanchez said, looking forward to Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 is a game that I'm definitely interested in. It's one game that I will actually be getting reactivating Game Pass for to actually play, because I loved Setsuna's Sacrifice. I thought it was very dark, twisted game focusing on mental health. And I'm just being blown away years ago because I've never really played the game focusing around the mental health of these aspects. I know I've played games like Silent Hill, but I thought Setsuna's Sacrifice was actually uh, an amazing game. I'm looking forward to the sequel. Absolutely looking forward to the sequel. I don't think there's actually any confirmed date for it. I had it down on my list, but I don't think there's actually a confirmation. South of Midnight. Nope. I definitely don't need to. I don't know that game. I'll definitely check that out though. If you said it looks interesting. Yes, I love Fable. I think Fable is definitely going to be a game. I don't think it's going to be out in 2024. I think that game's going to take a little bit more time to be cooked, especially with people backlashing like the sort of design aesthetics, the female character last year. I think Fable needs to take it easy. I don't want this franchise to die on arrival. So I feel like the people behind it should definitely listen to what the fans are saying and do everything right by them. Because if you do right by the fans, you're definitely going to get the money. Don't start doing this politics and hidden agendas, bait and switches, because the fans ain't going to like it. And Stalker 2. Yeah, I've actually seen Stalker 2. I think I've seen some trailer bits, early access of that game. Yeah, we were saying that last week, weren't we? And it's all right to have a little backlog. It is all right as long as you can sort of acknowledge that's your backlog. Don't take too much animosity towards it. It's just there, and when we need it, we can just always pick out from it. I know we all sit there and go, "Oh my god, we've all just bought games, especially on sales and stuff like that." And we just add more and more to this backlog. I think too many games is a nice thing. So making a chaos has said Hellblade 2. So you're another one that likes the franchise. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Of course, that's a game that I was going to into next. Hades 2. I didn't even play Hades 1. I know a lot of people really loved Hades. And yeah, and on the game of the year of that year, it did get a few shout outs. Hollow Knight Silk Song. That is one I'm definitely going to get on the Switch. I love a bit of Hollow Knight. I just love that little dark aesthetic of just jumping around and doing that. Because I mentioned about Metrovania before. I just love just jumping around the little map, trying to solve stuff and progressing in this dark, dingy world. Especially the characters. Just read through chat. I don't know if I found out. Sanchez says, I'm trying to play more games on xCloud on the ROG Ally. That's what's so great about these handheld, especially with the cloud services, isn't it? I think they're amazing just to quickly hop into a game, have no installs, play for 2, 3 hours, let the battery die, and then you just sort of move on, don't you? Put your device on charge again, and I feel like them hours just add up again and again. That is exactly what I'm doing with Persona and Yakuza's on the X Cloud. I'm playing it on the Logitech, the cloud, and I'm playing it on the Steam Deck and stuff like that. So I feel like thanks to the handheld feel, I'm actually putting more hours in games where I feel like I didn't have a comfy environment, should I say, to play the games, because you'll be sitting there going, "Who's got the telly? Do I really want to turn the console on?" Or just that's how I play. So I feel like pulling a little handheld out my back pocket or just seeing it on the side. I know that I actually add games. Yeah, so make mention Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, and I know there's a lot of Final Fantasy 7 fans in the chat because we were mentioning it last week about it. But this game is going to blow us away, and the way I think it is, the developer team actually said the first part is going to stick to nostalgia, right, and it's going to focus on relevantly disc one of Final Fantasy 7. And then they actually said, if you want to be stuck in 1997, you're happy with the story of Final Fantasy, then it's all right. Enjoy part one and then don't worry about the franchise. But in part two, we are going in a different direction. We're hinting that the end of the finished road, that's the cut-off point. You can either go back and enjoy or go forward in this vast open world. And I thought to myself, what would a vast Final Fantasy VII game look like? And seeing all these characters and the stories unfold a certain way just makes me want to literally plow hours and hours and everything into Final Fantasy VII. No joke, I'm going to spend so much time with chocobos and finding every nook and cranny and every hidden, I don't know, non-playable character's story about what's happening in the world. I just want to get my main party together and just explore. And who knows, Square Enix might actually put new towns in that we've never seen before. New towns on the map and populate it more. So it makes me go, oh, I've never been here before. Is this a new marketplace? Is this a new ranch or something like that? I think that'd be very interesting. 2 discs, it is huge, so they're gonna definitely have to populate it with a lot of stuff. I can't remember how far this 2 went. Junior Canon past that part, if I can remember. But I feel like they should take the time. Do not rush it. I feel like with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I want the main story and then sell me DLC expansions. So Vincent Valentine, give me a DLC expansion like you've done with Yuffie in Integrate. Don't throw it all in one game. I feel like that you just be giving people too much at one point. Or do people in chat actually think different? Do you feel like that you pay one price and you want everything in that game? Me, I'd rather wait for more experiences and let the developers take the time to, yeah, pat it out, should I say? Especially when it comes to like Vincent. I know that we had Red 13 and Yuffie, so I feel like that I want to hear their story takes in this game more because we had the main cast there of Tifa, Cloud, Barrett. We've sort of heard some of their stories now, so I feel like focus on the new people that are joining the party in part two, and that's why I feel like it'll be a great little step to actually then when part three comes out, bring Sid Highwind and stuff like that, and just so in the end, I just feel like that I'm loving all the characters at once because when you play RPG games, sometimes you say to characters, "Don't you buy get out me party," and you just instantly take a dislike to them, and you just go, "Oh, it's a shame." So I feel because I know all the characters in Final Fantasy VII, I feel like I just want to enjoy them, enjoy the mechanics, enjoy their stories. So I hope hopefully by the time Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out, hopefully I've already finished Yakuza like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And hopefully I'm not too burnt out because I would really love to sit there and talk to you guys and actually see. Let's share our experiences of the literally first month, well, the first 2 months of 2024. Because I know a lot of people sitting there saying like, "Oh, 2024's got nothing compared to 2023," but I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" I feel like 2024 is going to start off great, but like I said, it's all gamer's preference, should I say? Miss Phoenix, I'm replaying the OG FF7 at the moment. What are you playing it on? Are you playing it on console, handheld, mobiles? You can literally play Final Fantasy anywhere these days. Such a such a great game. I feel like in old RPGs, if you as long as you put like new features in, like save anywhere, I will definitely jump back and play games. You play on the Switch. I've got on the Switch. I've still halfway through Final Fantasy 8 on the Switch. I've got 9 as well. Love them. Love them. I just love the worlds. Each Final Fantasy, the worlds and characters are amazing, and that is why I feel like when Rebirth comes out, I'm just gonna dive right in it. Totally dive right in it, and that is gonna be. You'll be hearing me saying Game of the Year. I'm going to be so biased towards Yakuza like a dragon, and Final Fantasy that I'm going to pretend nothing else is going to exist. Sanchez says, Gaiden got you into the Yakuza series? Oh, like a dragon, Gaiden. Yeah, it's a good. Do you like that kind of action fighting? Pushing buttons, bubble, beating up the bad guys, hitting them with whatever. I like that kind of brawling system. I feel like it's not too difficult to do. I know there's harder modes, but I just like sitting there and, just simply pushing buttons, walking around the world, interacting with characters, upgrading. I like taking my time in these type of games. But there's not like loads of flash. I mean, I know there's flashy moves in Yakuza, but there's not like instant kills and this. I feel like I can actually customize the character really well to actually progress. Yeah. I think that's what I like in my action when you bring the two together, action RPGs. I love the idea where I can just sit there. It's not too complicated. I can just randomly go into the stats menu, equip some equipment, and then sit there and go, okay, this is what I need to, not get hurt and like bleeding or electrocution. And I feel like I can work with that. Once you've got too much open world and too many mechanics, I feel like in RPGs I just get overwhelmed and lost. And what I like about the Yakuza world is I just love the idea of all the social interactions you can do. I just love when you can walk into arcades, you can meet people, you can go to bars. It's just a bizarre world in Camacho. I just love it. I absolutely love it. That's where the franchise and people go, "Oh, you like Yakuza?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love it. Love everything about it." But I really like the idea of like a dragon. I just love that turn-based RPG. I know they was taking a risk by implementing it, but I think it really worked well. Love the story of Like a Dragon, and that is why I'm looking forward to Infinite Wealth because they're merging the two characters that I really like, Ichiban and Kiryu. So I'm just gonna in Hawaii. So I like the aesthetic of it. So it's gonna be a very very interesting, and I'm glad people in chat like Final Fantasy and Yakuza. One game I was mentioning, what about Suicide Squad? Do people like DC superheroes? I mean, I'm a big DC superhero fan. Me Superman, me Batman, me Flash, stuff like that. The Justice League, and I do love the approach of villains, the sort of anti-heroes. So this game, I'm really going to look at, but I think with the media and with fans sort of saying, "Oh my god, it looks," I can see this game getting dragged down really, really, really bad. And I know I shouldn't be listening to it, but I feel like maybe I should just sit back a little bit and wait till it goes on sale and then try it because I'm feeling the same with the what was the Marvels one? Games went dead. And it sort of happened with that. I know some people loved it, but I know some people actually said this game is not for me. Miss Phoenix says, I saw a bit of the testing on Suicide Squad. Story looked interesting. I hope so because I really love the whole like anti-hero take. I love the way where these villains could have been heroes. Something's happened to them in a world like say Harley Quinn, Gotham got to it and stuff like that. And in the right path, they could be heroes, and they're there because the team's formed to do the stuff that people don't want to do. That's why and just in case our heroes like Superman, Batman ever go bad, there's also another group of people that can sort of stand up against them. And the characters are so bizarre. Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn. I just feel like I would love to sit there and just hear stupid jokes again and again. Go as long as it's not too cheesy. I just need just enough level of cheesy and chaoticness that I actually push forward. So I would really look forward to seeing how this one comes out in March, is it? Let's just check. February. Comes out in February. Oh, which is a shame, isn't it? Going against Final Fantasy and like a dragon, that's gonna be a hard ask. Hard ask. But speaking about cheesiness, another sort of RPG game that I'm actually gonna play. I really love the franchise. I don't know why I love the franchise because I was never really into the series, but I just love playing Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole. So I'm looking forward to South Park Snow Day. I've just sat off from start to finish with them 2 games, and I've just laughed hysterically. Sometimes it really is a bad joke, and I think that what makes it more funny, and I'm like, "Ooh, why am I laughing? Should I really enjoy this type of game? Should I really enjoy South Park?" Uh, it just made me go, "Yep, I'm gonna actually buy this game and laugh my socks off." Is there any South Park fans in chat? I used to look going back onto saying who does want to be a giant shark. Have you ever seen Harley Quinn the animated series? That is one franchise that just made me laugh start to finish. Seeing King Shark interact with going against his nature, and they're all staying in a flat with Harley and Poison Ivy. It just really cracks me up. I just love the aesthetics and the approach of Harley Quinn. I mean that's why I know season 4 came out of Harley Quinn, and maybe that's why I feel like I'm looking forward to maybe trying the Suicide Squad, because if it can write like Harley Quinn, then I know I'm really going to enjoy it. Oh yeah, makes me laugh. I do love Harley Quinn, the animated series. When it comes to the movies, Suicide Squad, I did enjoy 1 and 2. I really like the idea of seeing Peacemaker in it and seeing the franchise. So when I'm seeing like these anti-heroes come together, I know I'll really enjoy it, but do I think they could write a good story for the full price of a game? Will I really enjoy the mechanics? High on Life, isn't that the one from the creators of, was it Rick and Morty? It's the voice actor of Morty, isn't it? That's another franchise. That's another series I love, Rick and Morty. You just don't have to get it, do you? Just seeing the wild creations, adventures, and throwing it in the game. I mean, that's why I probably like Sunset Overdrive back on the Xbox One days. I just remember just seeing chaotically good fun. The guns all had weird names. They all done weird weapons. The character designs were all off the chart, and I thought to myself, that's exactly what I want in a game, just to laugh. Maybe that's why I really liked Hi-Fi Rush as well. The anime aesthetic, but the over the top humor. Yeah, that's why it makes sense. Rick and Morty. Could you do a disconnect from the voice actor from Morty to the guy from High on Life? Do you feel like they could have just easily changed the aesthetic of the game and it could have been a Rick and Morty game? Pardon me. Is there any sports fans? I don't really see sports fans in chat these days. I know in the past I used to love sitting off and playing sports games with my friends. So in the end, I was just looking there on the calendar, seeing that Football Manager was coming out. So it just made me actually think. I wonder if people in chat really love the basketballs, the NHLs, the soccer, football. Darts. My twin loves darts. He loves that. That's what my brother loves about darts and cricket and stuff like that is the bizarre factor as well. He just loves seeing his dart player come in some costumes, and he just loves seeing the crowd. And the crowd's all sitting there, they're all having a good time. They're having good drinks, and then some of them are dressed up as costumes of like superheroes, anime, and stuff. And he just loves how it just looks so much fun to be at a darts tournament. I mean, I've never really played darts in the computer gaming space. I don't think. I think maybe was there was a darts game on, was it Wii Sports years ago? Can chat confirm that? I know I played darts somewhere in a game, but I've never played literally official darts. I guess that's one we have to be in VR, like Sanchez said. 180. I mean, I can imagine being, I think bar games. So we're talking about snooker and pool, and you call it billiards, bowling, darts, table tennis. I think they must be amazing in the VR headsets. I can imagine just having really good. I know, Ray. You like FIFA. You've been playing the new EAFC 24. I know yesterday I was mentioning that you're a Man City fan, and Madden as well. That's the American football, isn't it? I don't know nothing about American football. I just think it's too much start stop to start stop. And is that the same in the same in the games? Do you feel like you have the set pieces, stop, plan, move forward, push, do this? I know Rock is a big rugby fan, but I don't think you've actually played rugby games. To me, I do actually play FIFA. Oh, and that's just the EAFC because when my friends come round, it's the only multiplayer game we actually play, and we sit back and we compete. One of the darts players is Pikachu. Pikachu, throw triple 60. Actually, they all crack me up. When you sit there, see people dressed up as like the Flintstones or something like that, something that it just adds. And you go, it adds to the experience of the sport. My dad used to watch back in the day a show called Bullseye, where used to get dart players in, and you can win money. So you answer the question, you win money, then you can sort of gamble it, and you get the famous dart person to actually win you prizes. And the prizes back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s were terrible. But I think that's what made it cheesy. It was all the chaotic fun, answering these stupid questions, and winning prizes. I think that's what makes a game show. Me, I'm not really into sports like my twin. He's more the footballer, darts. He loves watching snooker. He just loves just sitting there and quiet, just watching someone. It's just watching every moment. Sanchez, I love the World Cup. That's the only time, special occasions. That's when I can get behind the sport for national pride. Because I just love when the world gets together and unify over something, and I just love the competition. I know the World Cup is in Mexico, Canada, and America next year, and I know they decided to split up. I would love to sit there and get to see a game, probably in like the Florida region, I guess. If I could go and see an England game, but like the England thing here where I'm from, the England fans are very passionate, and the tickets sell out like hotcakes. And then it's the old idea that people like sort of extortionate the price of flights and hotels. That you have to have a lot of cash to enjoy these kinds of sports. Yeah, I think England. We are one of these teams. England women's, well, they won the Euros, and England men. I just feel like stuff happens to us that we should have won, and then something dodgy happens, and I think that's the English way. But I'm glad to see that they're actually getting further and further because what I love about when England do well. When England do well, we our spirits of English people goes higher. We start having barbecues, we start buying more food, we start buying more flags, more alcohol, and it just helps the economy. So it doesn't help our wallets, but it does help the economy. And I think that's a good little thing. So I'm really glad that sports exists. I'm really glad that sports exists in the world. We always get eliminated by Netherlands. Is that the team where you sit there and go, "Oh, not them again, not them, not the Netherlands." I feel like there's always teams, isn't it, where you always want to clash. I mean, here, like in the World Cup, like we always say Brazil, Argentina, Italy, France, Germany. There's everyone we. I don't think anyone really takes England seriously, should I say? But I think when it comes to sports games, I think what they should do is should make one game and then update the roster each year by adding a little charge. Sports games shouldn't be coming out annually because they're disappointing. They're disappointing. I think developers should know that a life cycle of a console is 7 years, so they should make the best mechanical game ever, and then just have little patches and new teams at a price. So you buy one full price game, keep it live action, and then update it with a few dollars per year. I think that's the approach. That's what you should do going forward. But hey, with these developers, they sit there and they say, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I don't like the idea of gambling in sports games. You know, you get the loot crates, the teams, should I say. I mean, anyone can do whatever they want with the money. It's up to them. If they get satisfaction of getting a character for a few seasons and stuff like that, that's their business. But to me, I feel like they should just focus on other things. Yeah, FIFA is an amazing game. It's one that sports games were always something I was really interested as a kid. It's how I've sort of evolved in the genres, but I feel like sports is definitely one of a safe game in gaming spaces. Even when you're growing up, if you can only choose a handful of games, you usually see that your favorite sports game is definitely picked on with the idea with COD for the majority of games. So I can see why it sells well. Yeah, so you just sort of have to say along with COD and Fortnite. I don't see the hype in Fortnite, but I'm glad it exists. I'm really glad that the young games really love Fortnite and it's sort of evolving. I'm glad it brings so much joy, but I know that I think why I don't like Fortnite. I think maybe because when I was playing PlayStation 3 or 4 and stuff like that, we were always focused on graphics and fidelity and performance, and we weren't really focusing on the heart of the game, should I say? So when Fortnite came out, I just went, "Look at Minecraft! Look at that game! It looks crap." I just ran with that narrative, which is quite biased to me, you know what I mean? But the kids didn't care, did they? It created content. It wasn't really kids. There was a lot of adult games that I enjoyed. They ran with what you can do in Fortnite and Minecraft, and it just evolved. And I wish I had a time machine now to actually go back and play some Fortnite content. Do you actually have any Fortnite people in chat that would like to admit you play Fortnite? I'll tell you one franchise, one game that I'm sitting a bit going, should I play it or not this year? Princess Peach game. I love the Mario franchise, and I'm like, should I really go and play Princess Peach? It looks interesting, but there's the divide where I'm like, should I do it? Will I get bashed for saying I really want to play Princess Peach? Because this is the last year of the Switch, so I feel like that Princess Peach and they're remaking Paper Mario. a thousand years, not remaking it, to sort of bring the thousand-year door back out, aren't they? So I feel like I really want to just enjoy these games before the end of this life cycle of the console. I played Fortnite when it was first released, then it's just a bit mental with buildings, and you left. So you sort of thought like you fell out of love with Fortnite when it sort of evolved? So you sort of when it started building stuff and expanding, that's when you start saying, "Nah, I'm out of this game. It should have just stayed a shooter." Oh, they don't have a build mode? They have no build mode now. I couldn't build in games. It's I am literally terrible at creating. I've got a great imagination to build stuff. I've got the idea to build stuff, but I've played games like Little Big Planet, Dreams, uh, Sim Cities, and stuff like that. And every time I feel like I'm doing so great and being so creative and it's going to be amazing, there's just too much effort in putting it all together. And then usually when I play the level, it just all falls apart. So, that's why maybe I respect people that actually create these masterpieces in games itself or as a mechanic in a game. What about yourself, guys, girls, and other gamers? Are you creative? Can you actually sit there and say that you've got the time and energy to actually put something and create something on a level? I mean, usually when I play games that's got level modes, you can just see that it's a lot of them are just getting points. They're not very creative. And then when you actually see something that gets creators, you usually see people like, I don't know, play Mario in Minecraft, play Mario in Fortnite, the Nintendo just strike it down straight away. So I feel like I can appreciate people who build. And I can understand why they like the idea of creating stuff in games, but that is definitely not for me. That is definitely not for me. So is that what it is? Is Fortnite is a Fortnite the type of game where you need a team? You need friends to sit down and enjoy with? I can see that, but to me, I'm more of a single player experience. Uh, I'm just that the lone wolf in gaming that sort of plods along. Is that what you want in 2024? Do you want more games that are tied to multiplayer or more of a single player experience? I thought I wanted access to the world years ago, and I just got turned off by it. I really like just having the idea of my friend coming round and giving them a controller instead of playing over the internet. But I think because we're at the end of 2023, there's just so many 2024 games that have not been announced. So date wise, I know Maker the Chaos said he was looking forward to Hades 2. I can see this on the list. One game that I'm looking forward to is Star Wars Outlaws. I know that we were talking about Star Wars before. I just love it, having the whole idea of seeing a different take of Star Wars because it's always great to see like the Jedi, the Sith, the Empire, and stuff like that. But it's actually good to see this new expanded universe, should I say? That's my take. I want to see how the problem I've got with Star Wars is I'm sick to death seeing desert planets. I really am. Oh look, there's another desert planet, and they're selling spice. I'm like, oh my god, the universe must have more stuff than desert planets. I know. Yes, I think 2024 is going to be a very heavy action hack and slash, action hack and slash. year because you're gonna have Stellar Blade, you're gonna have Hellblade 2, you're gonna have Black Myth, you're gonna have um, what's that one called? Phantom Blade Zero. I mean, I do love hack and slashes, and I do love them kind of games, but I feel like it is 2024 just going to be oversaturated with. There's going to be Rise of the Ronin. There's going to be Crimson Desert, and I feel like I really want to play them all. I think they all look gorgeous, but I feel like mechanically, will I get fatigued of slashing everyone? Does anyone else feel like that? Do you feel like there's genre fatigue sometimes in the gaming space when you play your games? Do you feel like you finish a game and go, "Oh, that was really enjoyable, but I don't want to play another shooter. I don't want to play another hack and slash." Even roster. Prince of Persia. We mentioned Prince of Persia at the start. It really looks like a good game. Love the idea of a 2.5 Metrovania aesthetic to it. I didn't think I actually wanted this kind of design in Prince of Persia, but every time I see the trailer, it just makes me go, I'm really interested in that. But I said the only problem that I've got with the idea of it is I'm very terrible at parrying. If the game has to parry all the time, then that's not, I won't be able to play it. I'm the type of guy that I need to roll, dodge, slide, vault over your head. I need more of that deception type of fighting. Arc 2. My friend's a big, huge Arc fan. So he'll probably agree with you. I've never really sat down and played. It's too vast for me, should I say? Too fast. Um, but I really like the idea of Arc. And Avowed. I've not heard about Avowed, and I'll actually have a little look at that and see. Is there any confirmed date for it? I mean, a game that I'm looking forward to as well is Little Nightmares 3. That hasn't been confirmed yet, and I feel like that is going to be perfect. I'll be playing that on handheld. So I know Maker was mentioned about. What about remasters and remakes? Are people looking forward to remakes this year? I know I'm looking forward to the idea of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta. That is one game that when that comes out, I love the idea of Big Boss in the Metal Gear franchise. I just want this game to succeed, so I know that there will be more Metal Gear Solid games come out in the future. I'm a big, huge Metal Gear Solid fan, so when I seen that trailer and that song, dun, dun, I just loved that tune, the Snake Eater tune. I give my life not for honor, but for you, Snake Eater. I love it. It's like a Bond tune. I try. I try myself, Phoenix, to mix it up, but I know sometimes I just get fatigued. That is why I'm sitting back in December chilling because I know that once like a Dragon or Final Fantasy come out, I know I'll be fatigued in RPG. So I feel like I don't want to really do much at the moment. I want to save my energy and then boom, go heavy in it because I don't want to burn myself out too much, especially when 2024 is good. With I can only talk about games up till May because that's all that's been announced. And that is why everything that we just mentioned then in chat or what I've mentioned that they're all unannounced games, but it looks like that it is going to be populated well in 2024. Did Miss Phoenix? Are you actually going to look forward to playing free after you played this? Do you know what a remaster that I'm not looking forward to or a remake? I'm not looking forward to Silent Hill 2. I used to love Silent Hill in the day, but then as I'm getting older, I just feel like what the hell's all that about? You know what I mean? Back then, back in the PlayStation 1, 2 days and stuff like that, I didn't mind um, survival thrillers, right? Especially from like Hideo Kojima and like Konami and stuff like that. When you see that quirkiness, and I thought to myself, oh, I can get behind this because I was a lot younger. But now when I look back at Silent Hill 2, I'm like, do I really want to play it? Because it'll just go over my head. I think when I look back at the original, it went over my head. And I think it was just the hype of a Silent Hill that made me buy the game. So when I see this, I'm like, I don't get this half the time. You know what I mean? I'm like the adult these days. For example, if you play Silent Hill, he gets a letter off his dead wife, right? And the adult in me goes, well, you've seen your wife get buried. It's not your wife. Throw the paper in the bin. But then this person goes, oh, okay, I need to go to this creepy town. And, separating from people and doing bizarre stuff and like seeing like unexplained things in the mist and holes in the wall and stuff like that. And he carries on going through it. And I'm like, this is a bizarre game. I want to play this. I'd rather turn back and not experience it. Sorry. And I feel like that if people, I'm really happy for people to enjoy playing Silent Hill, but I know that's a game that once I seen it get announced, I was just shaking my head, going, "What's happening here?" So Miss Phoenix says, "Silent Hill is such a creepy game. Pyramid Head, yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's like I love the idea because in the end, I love playing horror games because I've went back to like Resident Evil remakes and I've went back to Dead Space remakes and stuff like that, and I do love that kind of aesthetic of horror. But I feel like with Silent Hill, it's just wandering through the mist and this little boy or girl steals your key and is it your wife? Isn't there's just too many mysteries that make me go, what the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing in a game? So in the end, you would have to change it, and that's why maybe I don't sometimes. I don't like Hideo Kojima these days when he does his trailers of Death Stranding or his new game about purple dinosaurs and stuff like that. I just think to myself, I know it's meant to be cryptic, but what the hell? What the hell these days? And I know I play bizarre games, but sometimes these games just make me feel like, yeah, that was just too unrealistic. I don't mind like conspiracies, and I don't mind trying to follow a game, but yeah, Silent Hill 2 was one of them games where it had alternative endings. What was Silent Hill? I still haven't got a clue what Silent Hill is. It demonic aliens? I just after all these years, I still have got no clue. If any of you can explain it, then that'll be it. That'll be great. But I just love silly games now. Just stupid fun games. That's all I want. Yes. Sanchez, that was amazing. That's a good actually good shout out that. I would love a Dante's Inferno. I really did love Dante's Inferno. Dante, I've got your Beatrix. Oof. The was it 7 or 9 circles of hell? I just remember playing that first game in the first scene. Oh, stuff like when you start going into the purgatory. Oh, just sends shivers. Just the dark realms of hell, and as a man can descend to save his virgin bride. Play if you want a stupid, dumb fun, play Party Animals. I'll have a little look at that. Party Animals. Is that like Happy Tree Friends? Wasn't like this sort of a cartoon bizarre like that where just weird, quirky, stupid stuff happen all the time. As I'm getting older and realizing I'm not really liking horrors, I think when you're more younger, you like the idea to push the narrative scariness, and you say to your friends, "Oh, I've just played this game. I'm tough. I'm scared." But now I'm like, I don't have to prove myself now. Probably give myself a heart attack if I carried on playing in VR. Aliens. Aliens are my weakness. When you sit there and you see like what a necromorph or a xenomorph, any type of morph, anything from Aliens or Dead Space, if you put that in a headset, put me in a VR and actually try and shoot that, it ran at me. Oh, my stomach would turn. Does anyone feel like that? Do you ever feel like that as you got older in the gaming space, your taste has sort of evolved more, and the stuff that we actually didn't used to like, we like, or what, vice versa. So that's it. So we just mentioned about like what 20 games? Well, I won't say 20. Yeah, yeah, 20 games for 2024 so far. Do you know what, Miss Phoenix? I actually just seen a YouTube video, right? And it was Aliens Resurrection, right? And then this person's reached out to one of the developers, and I don't know what's happened with the developers. Maybe he's getting old, or he wants to be recognized. But he actually, I don't know if any of you seen this, but he actually put a super cheat code in the game, right? And the super cheat actually lets you load up uh, blank CD games, copied CD games. So back in the places one day, you used to actually buy like a uh, cheat code or Explorer and to boot up games, backs up games. And this person has waited 30 years to announce this, that he actually smuggled in code to let you boot up illegal games. He's kept it quiet for 30 years, but he got through certification and he got through Sony publishing a game, and it makes me laugh and go, "Wow, that's hilarious." A developer's just went, "Ah, screw you," 30 years later. I'd done this and I never told no one. I'm like, what a legend. So now every time I think of Aliens, I'm thinking about that developer now going, "How he done that?" I don't like it. Ugh. I used to love it. Used to love the little radar beep, beep, beep in Aliens, and when the xenomorph come at me, I just and no when he's sitting there and you're pumping them xenomorphs and just carries on coming at you. I'm like, that was real horror. That was real horror. I know, like you sit there and you think like in Doom, the bigger the people get in Doom, the bigger the weapon you kill it. In Resident Evil, you just shot at the person in its head, and that was it. It was dead until like you came across a tyrant, but then you sort of like launchers. But with that xenomorph stuff, they can just come at you, can't they? Anywhere. I just remember laughing with my friends and stuff like that. We see who can get further than aliens. And I think that's the whole point, wasn't it? That he does well. Um, it was the aesthetic of aliens and the noise and the spaceship, the way it was making noises and the vents. These face huggers and these xenomorphs could have came out anywhere, couldn't they? Even when you sit there and you walk in the room and there was all the eggs, and you sit there and you go, "God, should I hit one to get ammo? Is there ammo in there, or is it a face hugger just ready to come out?" I think it actually added so much. And Reeves just said, yes, Dante Inferno will be such a good remake. What do you think made Dante Inferno such a great game for you guys? Would you say it was the story, or would you say it was the aesthetics, or would you say it was the mechanics? Do you love that sort of action slashing game where you could sort of change between light and heavy? Raised like Stray 2, starring Miss Phoenix. Did everyone want to be a cat? I'm not really a cat person. If they brought Stray 2 and it was a dog, maybe I'll play it. I'm more of a dog person and a cat person. To me, I think the underworld of the side streets, being a dog, would be more better story than a cat. I think I think not Heavenly Swords. I think I platinumed think a platinum Dante's Inferno. I'm actually thinking at the moment, did it actually have platinums? But I remember doing it on the hardest. That was back in the day when I was good. Yeah, too much camera action. That's what I feel. And I've got that song Aristocats in my head now. I mean, like I said, that's I'll definitely take a Dante's Inferno type of game. But could I actually have it in 2024? I've just mentioned like 5, 6 hack and slashes that I know that I want to play because they remind me of that like Ghost of Tsushima, or they remind me of like Ninja Gaiden, stuff like that. There's loads of games, Devil May Cries. There's a lot of games that pulls back, but so if say it did say it was getting announced this year, I'd be like, nah, can't play it. I would love to see it in the future though. I mean, making me really love these hack and slashes, where it was mentioned like Phantom Blade Zero, is just the look at the CGI looks absolutely amazing. I don't know what the story's going to be like, but when I see like Stellar Blade and stuff like that, I think maybe what's really interesting me is because they're from other studios, so they're from like Korean and Chinese studios, and the lore is focused around them. And I've not really played hack and slashes that is from other countries' backgrounds. I mean, I know I played God of War, Ragnarok, which was great to hear, and like the Norse and what's called God of War, the Roman gods, but I've never really played anything from like the Eastern stories. So I think that's what's really captivating me in slashes going forward. I mean, I know that I really like Ghost of Tsushima on the Isles of Tsushima. Um, I didn't really know much about Samurai. I really loved that game, but then they brought too much stealth mechanics into it, which really ruined the game. So I feel like if I'm going to really enjoy a slasher, like The Rise of Ronin or Celebrate, I just want me to be sword in hand and just run into the battle and slash everyone down. Like Metal Gear Solid Vengeance. That's the style of game that I want. Just run in and just do all these bizarre moves, flips, kicks, and slash everyone down. I don't want not too much serious. Like I just mentioned about parrying. I can understand why parrying is in a game, but I'm like, I don't usually have my builds with characters with swords, not swords, shields. So I'm just a person that just likes to dodge and roll. That's all I need in games. Dodge, roll, slash, run away. But I'll be definitely testing all these games out. I won't be able to afford all the games I've just mentioned there, so I'll be definitely waiting for them to go heavily discounted, unless someone actually in chat can actually heavily recommend them. And me. So, so I feel like it's gonna be an epic year, and I feel like it's just only gonna get better and better, especially from like the PlayStation side. I know they've got like a lot. They've got the exclusive, haven't they? They've got the Wolverine game, which I hope comes out in October, November. I know that like a few weeks ago there was a leak. I didn't check it out myself, but I knew that was a leak in the Wolverine. Um, yeah, that's one game that I'm really looking forward to. I love Wolverine as a character, so it's going to be interesting to see. Because I love Insomniac, I love the games that they've done in the past. I'm really going to be interested to see how they can actually mechanically play as Wolverine in sort of. I can't see it being as open world as Spider Man, but I can sort of see it being like semi-open with like linear paths. It's curious. I'm curious. I'm really interested to see it when it's fully polished. I don't want to be spoiled by leakers and all that crap that's happening to Insomniac and workers. So I want it to come out in 2024, but I want to keep it off my radar for a little bit. Anyone yourself? Is there anyone a X-Men or Wolverine fan? I'm trying to think of another one. Another game that I'm looking forward to in 2024. I know there's a lot of controversy about Last of Us Part Two on the PlayStation 5. And that's got a lot of controversy because people like it should have the PC port first, then the PlayStation 5. But to me, I'm like, I've already owned it on PlayStation 4, so I think I have like the $10 upgrade. So I feel like I'm looking forward to diving back in and playing The Last of Us 2. I know it's another game that a lot of people like, but I love Last of Us 2. I really do like Last of Us 2. I think the whole issue is, I think what we need, what I like, sorry, in The Last of Us 2 is I love the directors. They just told a different story that I wanted. I know I was upset. I was like anyone else, bait and click. I was really upset at the start. But then once I got a new experience from the last people of Earth in this, I just thought, once I finished this game, I went, amazing. What an amazing game. And because I've not played it in a few years, I feel like that $10 upgrade for the PlayStation 5, I'm definitely going to play it. I can't see myself playing it faster than I like, sort of, like I mentioned, Yakuza, Tekken, Final Fantasy, but it's definitely going to be there on my back burner where I'm just going to slowly chip at it, progress, chip at it, progress. Let's have a look. Need a reboot. X-Men. Good to see you, Roster, back. Yeah, I love X-Men. Oh, who's your favorite X-Men? Need a reboot. I never played an X-Men game, but I like the movies and the animated show. I'm looking forward to the animated show going back to the 90s. X-Men 90, I think it's called 96. I can't remember what it was called, but they never finished the story off, and I think that I'm going to watch that when it comes out. X-Men, I used to love playing X-Men games in the arcade. Really did. I never played. So yeah, so X-Men is one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. Uh, Superhero teams. I just love the idea of mutants. I think it's amazing, and I'm looking forward, if Disney do it correct, I'm looking forward to seeing the X-Men get put into the MCU. Hopefully that everyone's. Yeah, Rogue's such a good character. Do you know who I liked? I liked, and he's not. I liked Legion. Do you ever see the TV show Legion? He's Xavier's son. That was a great TV show. It had the guy he plays the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, the live action Disney. Daniel Stevens, that's his name. He plays the son of Xavier Legion. Oh, Deadpool is absolutely hilarious. Miss Phoenix said Legion was trippy. I think that's what I liked about it. It was just weird and strange. I never had a clue half the time what was going on. But I think it was like to do like life lessons in how the character was developing. I'm a bit worried because, and while we're actually speaking about movies and games, Dead Space. I heard Ryan Reynolds is a bit upset with Disney because there's been too many leaks, photo leaks of like character shots, and he feels like it's telling too much of the story. Has anyone seen it yet? I sort of try and stay away, but I've actually heard it in the circuit that there's. I think Disney's doing it intentionally, and I really don't want Disney touching Deadpool 3. Just leave it to the developers and the directors that were behind the first two movies. Because what I love about Deadpool, it's just stupid fun, isn't it? Like I just mentioned before, it doesn't have to make sense. Just Deadpool breaking the fourth wall, speaking to the screen, and just doing Deadpool stuff just makes me laugh. That's why I love the movies. That's why I love the character, and I love the games. I would love. I'm really looking forward to seeing Wolverine meets Deadpool. I would love to see if Insomniac are going to put Deadpool in the Wolverine game as well. Because seeing the idea of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, they're like sort of bromance chemistry between the two, offset and on screen. I would just love to see that translate to the idea that Deadpool does love Wolverine and Wolverine, You know, they'll do stuff for each other because they're like bros, aren't they? Bros in the hero world. Yeah, it is entertainment. I think are they the best movies? No, by far. I wouldn't recommend a Deadpool when I'm thinking of story or music and stuff like that. But just as a quirky character, I think he goes so well. I mean, I don't know much about Deadpool because I never really played the idea. I never played a game past. I don't know there was a games years ago of Deadpool, and I didn't know there was like comics of Deadpool. I was too focused on X Men itself, X Men games, X Men movies, X Men. Do you actually care about the extended universe? I mean, every time I went back as a kid, when I seen X Men, it was always X Men meets Spider Man or Spider Man meets some other characters, and that's where the worlds bled in. Uh, but I've never seen the idea, and that's what I would love about Insomniac. I would love Insomniac to actually mention that Spider Man exists in this world. I don't need to see him. I just need to sit there and say that the whole world's tied in. Well, Wolverine's on his adventures, and you find out that Insomniac does actually have a universe. Or do you think people in chat are we sick or tired of merging universes together? We sick or tired of having multiverses these days? You just have one story that's disconnected from everything. Yeah, I've seen Deadpool movie 1 and 2. I've got them on my iTunes. Really love them. What am I saying? But Marvel charges so much. Just look at the leaks. I'm looking forward to Blade. Oh yeah, Blade reboot. You have to do it well, don't you? Wesley Snipes was an amazing Blade, and it's going to be very hard to change people's perspective. So you definitely need a good character that can deliver them Blade aesthetics. Um, and I feel like that needs to work into the game as well. You can't have a terrible Blade movie or a Blade game. They have to be like R rated. They have to be serious, seriously for adults. If they dilute it down to make it like sort of kid friendly, Blade's going to fail straight away in both game and movies. He actually is a great character, Blade. I also like Spawn as well. Spawn was an amazing TV series, not TV series, movie. But I seen some controversial there about Blades the other day. People saying it should be an Xbox exclusive because they don't want all of these franchises to be just on Sony. So Spider Man, Wolverine, Blade. And to me, I'm like, oh, how do I feel like that? I'm like, more the merrier. Put it on every platform. Microsoft, you've got loads of services you can put on now. If that was just put Blade, just don't put it on a Series X. I can see why fans would want it, but to me, I'm like, Blade is such an iconic character and game that he should be everywhere. Yeah, I just don't know why Phoenix. I thought about Spawn. I think it's like the whole point is like when you mention Blade, I thought like Spawn, demons, vampires. They're all the same in my book. You know what I mean? So that's why I thought to myself, it just come natural in seeing these characters, and both of them are amazing. And both of them are amazing heroes with some tragic backstories, and I would love to see them. They need to get 7 million Spider-Man 2 sales just to break even. Are they close to hit it? You see, the issue with Spider-Man is it's a great selling franchise, but 7 million, it's a big ask. It's a big ask, especially when you see like these PlayStation games. Some of them only hit 5 million. When they win, they win. But is that because the licensing, the costs to actually have Spider-Man? I mean, it didn't help that it didn't win Game of the Year, did it? So I wonder if a lot of people now, if you haven't played it, they're going to say, "Oh, whatever. I'm going to wait till it comes on PlayStation Plus." Is there any superheroes that you like that you would like to see a game get made of? Could be anyone. I'm actually going to think. I'm going to actually think myself. What game movie? What movie character or game? What movie character I would love to see as a game? Well, see, it's a mixed thing. I thought Sony owned the rights to Spider-Man, so that was it. But I think maybe it's the Marvel side of it, isn't it? The Marvel universe, the other characters that was involved in Spider-Man 2. That's what I think. I didn't know until Sanchez just mentioned that they'd get to break even 7 million copies. I mean, I would have thought a Silver Surfer game. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Can't go wrong with a bit of Fantastic Four. Me, I would like to play as a villain, Doctor Doom, stuff like that. Come from a villain story where we can see the backgrounds because we all know about the heroes take about, and I think sometimes the villain just does bad stuff because. So I feel like if you just pad up the backstory a little bit and then realize there was a bit of ethics in between what makes the villain good or bad, and then just make them save the day, but in a villainous way where they're intentionally going to do something and they inverted it. I don't know. They split all the rights. It's confusing. Yeah, I don't follow who owns what these days, and I know people sit there and they like marketing and it does help, but to me, I'm like, it doesn't help how I buy games. It doesn't help how I buy. I just thought that all I knew was Sony owned Spider-Man. I think I read that years ago. I know they wanted it back, and I remember there was a lot of things where people were like, "Oh, Spider-Man's back in the MCU where he belongs." It was like, yeah, it was a one-off. It was a Sony movie, not a yeah. Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants is a superhero. He's got a big red cape. Tra la la. Yeah, he's a superhero. He has superpowers. He's a superhero. Well, at the end of the movie, he actually gets superpowers. So that's a good. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting. I actually years ago, one of my favorite moments of Captain Underpants is when my niece and nephews were little. I used to go, "My name is Professor Poopy Pants," and I just remember they always used to laugh because they used to love the comic and the movie of that movie. So I remember saying to my 17-year-old niece, "My name is Professor Poopy Pants. It's not Poopy Pants." It still cracks me up. Sony doesn't own Spider-Man. The Eternals. Hmm. I like the Eternals. Can I see it me buying a game with them? Probably not. Probably not. Would I want an Eternals 2 movie? Yeah. But I can't see myself. Is it the same with the idea like Superman? I love Superman, but can I see him in a game? I think he's just too overpowered to have in a game. You can have him in a fighting game, but imagine having an open world Superman game. It'd just be terrible because everything would have to be destructible, everything would have to be open, and I just don't think it would work. Yeah, but brain went dead. I asked the question and my brain just went dead. It's one of them things in it where you sit there and think to yourself, what would I want? And then instantly forgot. Forgot. So, guys, I'm really out of talking points anyway. So, Is everyone looking forward to the new year? Has anyone got any plans for the new year, or is just gaming on the agenda? My new year will just be kicking back again on the Steam Deck, feet up in some loungewear like I am now, and I'm just actually going to sit there and catch some streamers. I'm going to sit back and catch some streamers. I know Purple Haze is probably streaming tonight, so I'll be watching her stream. I know that I love catching up with Cowboy the King of Content, King of Entertainment, so I'll be watching him as well. Uh, who's another few creators that I've been really enjoying of late? Um, Rudigs. I was watching Rudigs the other day, and he was playing Sim City. So sometimes I like dropping into watching, just have it, listen to his engineered approach of literally building a city. I think that was very nice. I know I seen Making the Chaos playing with Rudigs the other day. They were playing Fortnite, and it was good to see them interacting. So I've got some creators that I love tuning in, seeing Cowboys and We Wrestling's Wednesdays. And I've seen all you guys in chat, and we all follow the same creators. But I think that's going to be me over the next few days, just chilling, welcoming the new year, saving my energy, and then going all out in 2024. I've got this message here. It's doing. Oh, thanks, guys. It's like, you guys make it more engaging. I said to Rock, I'll do some holiday specials while people are relaxing and chilling. And I'll just go off. There's no notes. There's no this. It was just engaging with chat. So I felt to myself, we'll just talk about games that from 2023 or 2024, and then I've really enjoyed just sitting back, not having much of like a panel. There will be panels in the future, but I thought just going into the new year of the holidays, I just thought it'll just be more great if I can just sit back and relax with you guys. So it is being great always saying hi. So that was Rouster, Reva, Phoenix, Sanchez. We had Primo. We had Ray. We had Rokk. I'm just actually thinking on the top of my head. I know I could scroll up, but sorry if I missed your name, but thanks for making this a enjoyable stream as always. And guys, I hope you all have an amazing new year, and I hope you're all getting really excited for 2024. And I'll see you somewhere floating around in chats or streams or here. And I'll see you then. And bye bye.